What's up guys, this is your boy, the Average Gamer 98 here, back with another video for Injustice 2 Mobile. And in this video, we are going to look at top 5 characters that definitely need a refactor in Injustice 2 Mobile. These characters are there for a long time as well as, like they're not doing enough in solo raids with the, coming of new characters that are there. So let's get the party started. Like I always say, let's get the party started. Let's jump into my roster here. I think my roster is now 35 million-ish, I believe, with all the artifacts equipped. So maybe a roster review video is gonna come as well. So let's get started here. And the first character that I think definitely needs a refactor is any guesses, guys? Is Predator Batman. And the reason I always vouch for Predator Batman, I have made videos like this previously as well, but right now I definitely think Predator Batman tops the list because of one thing. One thing is very important here, and this is the passive that Predator Batman has. 15% health reduction on tag in. Now, when the raids actually came out 4 years back, I believe, then this passive being active in raid actually didn't make a lot of sense because the bosses had very less health and you couldn't do a lot of damage as well with like artifacts and other stuff because those were not there. But right now at this point of time, there is definitely a huge set of artifacts that can do a ton of damage, and you have health reduction characters which are already there in the game. You be it King of Atlantis, Aquaman, Zatanna, Batman Who Laughs, a lot of characters do Deathstroke as well. So percentage health reduction is a thing right now, and because of that, this passive, even if it's not refactored, even if this character is not refactored, this passive should work in raid boss battles. Maybe make it 3 times, 15% reduction price. Even that would be good, but like completely disabling this passive makes it quite underwhelming because this can definitely be a very good raid passive. And let's jump back. The abilities that Predator Batman have make it a very good character. Armor pierce, disabling the opponent's special, stun. Then this is a very huge modifier for the special tree. So I definitely want this special tree to do something more other than just modifying it. This percentage damage that's there, the special tree could probably do that, or even inflict burn, increase power cost, or apply some debuff, something which kind of affects raids, solo raids for that matter. So definitely I think Predator Batman tops the list of a character which should definitely be refactored, especially because the passive is already there. It's already there, it just needs to be activated. Let's jump back. Let's jumping back into the other characters that are there, which definitely needs a refactor as of now. Let's jump into the other parts of the roster, and I think definitely a refactor that is required. Rather, I think not only a refactor, rather character additions are also required, and that is any idea, guys? Any idea, guys? Where are we heading with this? So definitely refactors are required for a couple of characters, but I'm just gonna tell one: Sub-Zero and Raiden. So Mortal Kombat characters are there in the game. Scorpion is not there in the game. They should ideally add Scorpion in the game and then refactor this into the Mortal Kombat Trinity. That would be great. That would be pretty amazing because you get a new set of entire team who's going to do a good amount of damage. And the reason why Raiden and Sub-Zero are both supposed to be modified, refactored, is because of the underwhelming modifier on the special ability tree. The special ability tree does literally zero damage, guys. Let's look into Raiden here. Let's jump into Raiden, and definitely Raiden has a lot of things going for himself as well. Starts the battle with an amount of power, tags out, tagged out opponent gets damage as well. But that's not going to be effective in raid battles. But what's going to be effective is the power drain. So instead of this power drain, if it's what power steal, it would have been better. And also the special ability tree, Raiden is pretty famous. Sub-Zero is pretty famous. The special ability tree, look at this, guys, only 7,000 damage. And the special ability 2, if you just level it up, you get more damage at the same level, I believe, than like the special ability 3, which is definitely underwhelming. So a refactor for Raiden with definitely passives added, it can have a counter passive to Sub-Zero, or have a counter passive to even Scorpion. So things like that would be pretty interesting, and synergy is required as well for Raiden to come into the picture and a new team, the Mortal Kombat team, to come into the picture as well. So definitely Raiden is on my list as well of a character which should definitely be modified. Let's go back a bit and let's look at the other characters that definitely need some modification. Any guesses, guys, here? Any guesses here? So, this is a character which I literally don't have, but I think it needs a modification. Maybe? Yeah, LS Swamp Thing. Maybe let's not delve into that. But LS Swamp Thing was pretty underwhelming, guys. I didn't buy the Injustice Pass at all. I was very much tempted several times to buy it because I had all the, these things. What is this called? The profile portraits. I had the profile portraits of every pass before, so I was like kind of tempted. Let's get this pass as well. Let's max out and get the profile portraits. But then I realized I'm not gonna spend money on people, on the developers who are literally not listening to the customers, basically. So that's definitely why I didn't get it. And yeah, let's not jump away from the topic. I feel another refactor that is required is kind of weird, is Multiverse Armor Supergirl. And the reason why Multiverse Armor Supergirl requires a refactor is because she has very high base attack. Like, I mean, the attack goes pretty high if the build is completely attack. It's easy to build, and the reason why a refactor is required here for Multiverse Armor Supergirl is it doesn't do a lot of damage in raids, guys. That's the main thing, because it has a lot of things going for it. Critical damage buff, critical attack, critical chance buff, huge attack, burn, everything's going for her, but she is very underwhelming in rate. So percentage damage might help, because it has become the trend right now to add percentage damage with whatever character they're kind of releasing at the legendary level. You beat Batman Who Laughs and Zatanna. They're releasing Deathstroke, percentage health everywhere, and if percentage health is not there, apply something new thing, like for example a debuff which would increase damage with passage of time. So for example, like a debuff would be like similar to that infection debuff that we have, but this debuff will not expire, and as the match progresses the damage keeps on increasing. So it's gonna increase to say 600% of total damage of the base damage, and that in turn would make Multiverse Armor Supergirl something similar to King of the Night Aquaman without the percentage damage, but a good amount of damage it can do. So definitely I feel Multiverse Armor Supergirl is a character which can be refactored. So let's look into a couple of other characters as well. And Mythic Wonder Woman is also a character which definitely needs refactoring, but I'm not going to cover it in this one because I've covered it before and I feel like it's going to be remaining similar. So I think Mythic Wonder Woman is still fine for now, but definitely deserves a refactor. The next character that I feel deserves a refactor, let's go back a bit. Let's let's keep scrolling down, and this is gonna be an interesting one because I feel this is gonna be a silver character. So the silver character that I think deserves a refactor is Dr. Fate, and you guys might say, hey, it does pretty well. It has, things going for it. It's just a support character. And the reason why I want a refactor of, Doctor Fate is because it is a support character. Why not make it a damage dealer? Because it's, like specials are pretty fast. So if the specials are pretty fast, you can basically spam the specials with a power reduction already into the picture. You can do a good amount of damage. So the reason why I put Dr. Fate here is none of the silver characters are, the top-notch characters which can do a lot of damage in raids. Why not use them? At least make one character in the picture who can do a good amount of damage. So Dr. Fate is definitely a character that I look forward to. Like, obviously I don't think it's gonna ever happen, but the idea of this video is to speculate, discuss what can be done to make the quality of the game better and the players enjoy it more as well. So definitely I feel Dr. Fate could have some better special abilities with some modifications as well. Like even a burn would find percentage damage. I'm not favoring for Dr. Fate, but it can still be used as a damage dealer is what I'm looking forward to for a refactor standpoint. Let's look at the last character that we can ideally refactor, And I'm gonna go back a bit. I'm gonna go back a bit, and this is, let's see, guys, if you can guess it a bit. And this is, it's a very interesting choice, by the way. And this is actually Black Manta. It's a weird choice, right? It's a pretty OP character. Why do I want to refactor a OP, pretty OP character? First point is, with the rise of Mr. Freeze into the game, Black Manta on its own doesn't do a lot of damage unless it's against Aquaman. Unless it's against Aquaman. So to make Black Manta stronger, now this is a very like argumentative opinion, disagreeable opinion. You might agree to disagree. So I think Black Manta's, first of all, it's not easily available. Like I even have at 4 stars. But I think what can be modified for Black Manta is not the percentage damage. That's fine. That's not required. But is to have this, 200, this revenge mission as a permanent one. So instead of having it last for some seconds, if it's permanent, it's gonna be easier to maintain at lower stars, and also this percentage should max out to the same level for a lower star character. And now don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this because my character is lower level, so I'm like I want Black Manta to be better. I don't know. I am not getting the character to be better, so I want it to be better so that I can do less damage or more damage. No, that's not the thing, guys. That's not the thing. But I feel Black Manta has higher potential. It can do a huge amount of damage against Aquaman, and also if it has, it has burn, it has stun. Why not add a power steal? Let's go full bonkers with this one, with Black Manta, and also make it a bit of support character as well, that some of the parts of the passive applies for all the legendary characters on an offensive way. It already has a passive which I think applies for the legendary teammates here, like it applies an dot, but this is very less. It's very less in numbers. So I think apart from increasing its damage, if it inflicts a debuff on the opponent, and again, like I would take the concept of time into the picture, it increases throughout the match. Black Manta is gonna be a go-to character for one-shotting in higher heroic rates as well, because the potential is completely there. It's still able to do the one-shots with the proper pairing of teams, but I feel alone it should be a separate team. It should be a very strong team which can do a good amount of damage. So that's it for this video, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done already. This is your boy, the average gamer 98 over here, signing off. You guys take care, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Peace.